All right, as you can see, the hemi's up out of here, and here it is. So this is probably gonna be a part one of a part two series of installing a Nag1 in the 68 Charger. I'm basically copying. Shout out to TT Celine Speed Shop. He kind of did the same kind of, I gotta say, swap that I'm doing. So I kind of use a lot of his information. I'm just regurgitating it basically and showing you the stuff that he did outside the engine that he did basically inside the engine, I would get. So first thing first, I got the universal Milodon oil dipstick. Here's the part number 22065. It says must use with headers only. Well, I'm using it with this, the SRT8 mini headers. And the funny thing about this, you kind of have to make it, I'm gonna have to do some maneuvering to get it up through this, because it has to bend, basically go over this like this. And I don't know if I'll be able to do that in the car. Hopefully I can, but we're gonna find out. So anyways, what I probably should do is install it out here. I'm gonna have to go get the gasket and all that good stuff. Probably good to go do that, install it out here while I got the space. But anyways, so now the way to install the dipstick on here is there's going to be a little provision in here. I already knocked it out. I basically just used the freaking small flat blade screwdriver and just banged it out. It's like a little plastic thing. And then with this, you need this flush because it's going to bolt right here underneath his. It's going to bolt right under there. So now what I want to see if it's going to hold, if it's, yeah, it worked. Okay, never mind. So as you can see, that's gonna be right there. And I put a little bit of RTV right here. I put the right stuff. 1 minute gasket maker, high flexibility and oil resistance, since it is an oil dipstick. So yeah, I put that on. And the next thing you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to cut off some of these castings. This is how the original ones look. I already cut them off, so you gotta do two. You gotta do the two back ones, one right here, I don't know if you can see, one right there, one right here. Then you gotta massage this one for the shifter a bit to make it work and doesn't hit your floor pans. I think that's all. Oh no, one more thing. Dang, the helicopter. Let me pause. Okay, so now here we go. So for the AC compressor, what you have to do, you have to cut off this back bolt tab, because basically where the motor mount bolts to, see this bolt right here, that's where that back bolt bolted to. And with this motor mount, it's not going to work. So you have to cut this off. And once you cut that off, you could fit it here. But instead of you bolting up four bolts, you're only going to bolt up three. One right here, one right here, and one right here. That's for the AC compressor. If you're going to use a stock, which I'm probably going to do because I saw TT Celine use it, so I'm going to basically copy his setup. And yeah, that's basically what you got to do right now. And this is where the motor mount's going. This is the driver's side. It goes right here. There's 3 bolts that goes, basically you can't really mess this up. And it says driver's side top forward. So that's where this one goes. Let me show you the passenger side. This is the passenger side. I put some blue Loctite on all of them before I tighten them up. And see, this has 2 holes you could put your motor mount. I'm trying to remember with my CUDA. I don't know if I use the bottom or the top. Probably gonna use the bottom because this oil pan I'm not using, so I should have enough space, I think. And then on top of it, your oil filter, your stock oil filter won't work because I'll show you. Hold on. See it? It's hidden. I mean, you probably could make it work if you want. Just grind some of this in, and you won't have to. That'd be a cheaper alternative than buying the 90 degree, because yeah, why spend more money? You could just grind a little bit of this in. And the oil filter, I know you don't have to grind a lot more in. But yeah, if you grind that in, you can make, oh crap. You can make the stock oil filter work if you don't want to spend the money. I don't know, I might do that. But I'll see. You don't want to get the 90-degree filter. And after that, I think the only thing else is you're gonna need this engine control. It's got its own, I can't remember the guy's name I got this from. I think it's Sound German engineer, I can't remember. But this is a kit that will run the Nag1. As you can see, this is for the ECM. It comes with its own computer, a ring that checks the pulse to know when the transmission needs to shift. If I'm not mistaken, it's like you got to take off the back part. You got to take this nut off. And if I'm not mistaken, put it behind here. If I'm not mistaken, I'll double check. But like I said, this is part 1 of this. Part 2, I'll show you the rest of what I did. But I think I talked enough for now. More to come. Stay tuned. Peace.